If he or she is happy, nothing can pull him or her back. If you want to be a disciplinarian, you will have to do it. Should be begun from your side.
When Jessie ma'am is not a teacher, who she is?
A student.
A wonderful, beautiful answer. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Seema Chhoriya, and I bring to you another brand new episode on Great Principles. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy of the government in the next, said Abraham Lincoln. Please extend a very warm welcome to for our joining principal of the day, Mrs. Jessy Roy, Principal Sri Chaitanya Techno School, Wagholi, Pune. She brings with her her own philosophy, her own vision, which will help us to pave a path to a better future for our children. So we are very, very glad to have Mrs. Jessy Roy on our show. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. It's truly an honor to have you with us.
Thank you so much to be with you and giving me such an opportunity to share my views with you. It will be my pleasure. Whatever you may ask, it would be my pleasure to share my views with you.
So, before we begin about your ideologies and thought process, let us understand what made you choose this segment, because not many choose this by choice. So, what was your once upon a time journey? What inspired you to start your career in education? And I would also like to know what is your personal vision for your students?
Okay, you have asked me a very right question that takes me back to the time when I have chosen to become a teacher. See, first thing, you have asked, you have that point whether I have become a teacher by choice or by chance. Definitely, I believe strongly that I am a born teacher. I'm born to be a teacher. I take lot of privilege or proud privilege I have, that is I am a born teacher. Now my career, I began a thought of becoming a teacher. As you know that necessity is the mother of invention, they say. And from the very childhood, as a student, I had this interest, special interest in reteaching my friends. So my teachers used to identify that. They used to tell that is, if anything is pending, they used to tell that you ask Jessie, she would help. So that always motivated the teacher in me when I was a student. Then shadow teaching at home also, I used to come and try to teach others. So my parents were very sure that when I grow up, I'm going to be a teacher. So this is what I began. And when I have graduated, so those days, it was, graduation was considered something. Yes, she is eligible for working. And to be honest, I was born and brought up in a below middle class family. Thereby, as I quoted, necessity is the mother of invention. I always thought that is, I have now got educated, I have got graduated, and I need to work now for supporting my family. And that work that I would choose teaching only. And then there was an opportunity in Maharashtra, one of the small town place that is in Osmanabad. There they told there's a teaching vacancy, and immediately I grabbed the opportunity. It was just a preschool teacher. So I began my career as a preschool teacher. Gradually, I have grown. The principals have identified my potential. I started growing. I became a primary teacher. Then, in the meantime, I have completed my post graduation and also B.Ed also. Graduation, this one for education, so that I have completed. And then I began teaching secondary section, then high secondary section, and then the coordinator, then the headmistress, and then I became a leader. So I'm so happy. I feel that is, I have done the right thing, that I have seen, I climbed the ladder. Every step I have stepped on, and then I have moved. So perhaps that is the place that makes me somewhere different from the others, because I have seen everything, a preschool teacher till higher secondary. So that has given motivated me to, I understand every aspects of education. What are the needs of children, what are the needs of teachers, what are the needs of the management, and what are the needs of the parents. Definitely I understand all these aspects, and now I work as a very meaningful principal in Sri Chaitanya Techno School, Wagholi. This is my small career journey that I have put in. About my vision, yes, unlike, like all the other principals or educators, my vision is education to all. That is my vision. And that to always, I think, even 1 minute, if I am with the children in the school, I should not waste the minute. It is, I'm buying from the children. If I'm wasting, I will have to repay it. So very beginning I had this thought. I never wasted even a minute when I am in school, be a teacher or a school leader. I sincerely work with the goal, with the thought in my mind, what I have to complete the task on that particular day. So this is my vision, that yes, every child in India should be educated. That's my strong vision. Until the last breath of my life, I will be working for the same. So this is my vision.
Wonderfully said, ma'am. You know, this, as Chaitanya Chanakya also quoted, that a educated person is the one who surpasses the beauty and youth too. A person who is educated adds in more charm than a beautiful or a young person. So this is the beauty of education. So yes, a wonderful thought and vision that every child should be educated. And I'm really inspired by your journey, that how on your own you climbed this wonderful ladder, and here you are today leading an institute. And I'm sure you will be a great asset to the institute, and you'd be inspiring your teachers also to grow in their career and reach to the zenith of this education sector. So wonderful, ma'am, and all the best to you. Whatever you do, I'm sure with the heart you do, you're certainly going to be succeeded there. So
Thank
now
you.
we
Thank
move
you so much.
So now we move to ahead to our next question. As we all know that India was known as the land of Vedas, the land of knowledge, the glorified Indian history is full of that, how India was the one which had educated the people around the world. But today, the you know the coins have turned upside down. We are ranked lowest, second or third lowest in the rankings of the India in the world education system. So, what would be your suggestion? How can we come at par with the other education system of the developed nations?
See, there are various aspects. If I am frankly, if I open my thoughts, please, those whoever listens to me, please don't mistake what I say. That is, it's very strong thought in me. That is, yes, we always are governments, whether regional, state government or the union government, or any of the boards. Each time in India, we keep on thinking new ways, innovative ways to teach our children. So it is not anywhere that we are lacking the, what is the planning, or planning we are not lacking, because even the government always think that a lot of plans have been made so that we can walk hand in hand with the world global education. In spite of that, why we can't reach? So I will tell a small thing. To my understanding, it would have, we would be able to walk hand in hand with the global education system, provided whatever resources, whatever planning the government, or what is the implements or the government plans, if the execution is done even at the grassroots level without any corruption. That's what I mean to say. Definitely our education system would be wonderful. I will tell a simple example. For example, CBSE, the highest board, the biggest board of education in India, always comes out with, every time it remains updated. We have wonderful plans, wonderful planners are there, visionaries are there, they make plans. And even government also has a lot of plans, but when it comes to the state education department, you will find that resources are not equally distributed either to the teachers. Teachers are not paid, even if the money is there, whether private organization or government organization. Whatever resources we have, the financial resources that we gain from the system should be equally distributed to the people who are in need, especially the teachers, to be paid well. Thereby they will be motivated, and definitely they will acquire better knowledge, better skill to educate the children, which the plans which have been executed by the central board. So that is very much necessary. necessary. Even say otherwise, the government schools students, whatever facilities, whatever economy budget is planned, if it is properly utilized to every child, keeping every child in mind, definitely we will be able to reach at par with the global education. It is not that we lack in wisdom, we lack in intelligence. As you have told that India is the land of Vedas, and the land of knowledge. And then why we are lacking? It is only and only the resources have not been properly channelized, and that would motivate the teachers to become meaningful teachers. So this is what my idea about it.
Completely agree with you, ma'am. Nowhere we are lacking in our intelligence or wisdom. Yes, wonderful policies have been framed. Government has taken its effort. I would not deny the fact that yes, when it comes to root level execution, resources are not deployed properly, and we all know the reasons behind it. Somewhere it is, the resources are used somewhere else, or it goes into someone else's pocket. So these things needs to be cut down. We all need to be very honest in our profession, so that what is being meant is utilized for where it should be. So I think ma'am has given us a food for thought, and we all need to just ponder on this upon a little. If we collectively take action, maybe something might happen. This day social media is very powerful, so let us utilize this and see if we could bring about this wonderful change. So now, ma'am, we have reached the very interesting segment of the show, which is called rapid fire round. So here I'll be asking you a question which you need to answer me in one word or a single sentence. Okay. So here comes my first question to you. When Jessie ma'am is not a teacher, who she is?
A student.
Wonderful. Beautiful answer. Coming up to my next question. Are you a movie buff?
No.
What are your hobbies?
Reading, of course, is my biggest hobby. I remain updated. Yes.
What are your three primary success mantras?
Goodness, first thing is goodness, clarity of ideas, and proper communication.
Absolutely. This is the key. These are the main key core areas which need to be worked upon by everyone. Moving ahead to my next question. Your advice to our millennial parents.
Be honest, parents. Do not pretend, and always, look at children that you should be the role models. So that is missing somewhere. The parents are moving away from the thought that they are the role models to their children. They have to.
Do you right? Absolutely. So we need to set an example, and if we want anything our children should do, the first we need to do it and show them. So that is the key to the good parenting. So moving ahead to my next question. Do you agree that India is heading towards the generation which would like to opt for separate houses from their parents?
No, it should not be. It's happening, but then yes, that that can be one of the reasons where we are lacking in values. That is, we are moving out from the Indian values, Indian ethos, that we are missing because of that. And I definitely won't suggest that. If we have a joint family, if we are a good big family, it's a blessing actually in disguise.
Absolutely. Family is the biggest treasure anyone can have. So why to go away from them? Just hold them tight. They are your best well wishers and they will always support you. So moving ahead, my next question. Do you think that teachers and principals, especially post pandemic, are under mental stress?
Yes, yes, definitely. It's too much.
Coming up to my last question in this segment. If you were given an opportunity to take assessment as per your designing, how would you design the assessment pattern?
Assessment pattern, it's basically, it's an assessment who you are assessing. That's one thing. I It should be a very liberal way of assessment, because I personally believe children or students, they come to school not for exams or assessment. They're coming for gathering knowledge. So teachers have to be assessment as such as it has, everybody follows it, so we assess them. So the what pattern we need to follow is that what the child knows, that to be assessed. Then do not going for the area where the child doesn't know anything. So that will give the children little confidence. they won't lose confidence. But again, I believe sincerely, children do not come to school for exams, they come for gathering knowledge. Yes.
Certainly, and I think this is where our parents are missing out. Everyone is just ensuring that they get good marks. Is it just for marks we are sending our children? It is about, have they learned the concept? Can they apply the concept? Can they, understand the information and properly, just process it and gather the right part from it? So this is what is required. So it was wonderful to know your thoughts in this rapid fire round. Now we have reached to the last question of the show, which is the expert talk question. So every flower blooms at its own pace, given the right kind of fertilizer, right kind of sunlight, water, and the love, of course. So tell me, ma'am, the little flowers which are there in our schools, how we would let them bloom? How can we identify their skills, their capabilities, and give them the future they deserve?
Here, the teachers play the vital role. It is very necessary to identify who is who and what is in him or her. It's very necessary. So teachers, while teaching themselves each lesson or each chapter when they teach, they should not go with that one goal that whatever concept I have, the content I have, I will have to finish it off today. That's my duty and ends there. So I must do that. That should not be the focus. The teacher has to see that in that short span of whether 35 minutes or 40 minutes, how well I can identify each child. So I have a strategy. I tell always, if a child in a class, if you have got 40 students, it may not be easy for a teacher to understand every child on that particular day, on particular specific content delivery. So you need to have strategies. You have to, if 40 children are there in the class, first day at least 10 students, it should be in your hand that 10 students at least I will identify. Those students will be my precious one. Today I will be talking with them, at least one small pat, asking them how are you, or what about your family, or you have done your homework, or any difficulty. One single question if you ask to a particular child, you understand, the child becomes very happy. A happy child can do wonderful things in life. So I want teachers to identify the potential of each child. And second thing is that is child's what is there, you have to instill, or you're allowed to inspire them with a lot of happy thoughts, let them have good memories in life. So this is what a teacher can do, and each teacher has to do that, make every child a happy child. If he or she is happy, nothing can pull him or her back. The child will grow because happiness is always around. So why he will be unhappy or why he will be burdened? So I am there for you. So oh feeling teachers have to give, nobody else. Of course parents are there at home, but teachers responsibility is that. And I always inspire my teachers to be such a teacher, that is, you're making a difference in each child.
Wow. It's a dream for every parent, every teacher to see smiling faces in school. And, how wonderful a parent would feel when the child is, just rushing to go to school and is so cheerful and happy. So, happiness question truly motivates a child, motivates parents, motivates teachers, and ultimately the learning happens. So, very rightly said. You need to ensure that every child in the school is happy and work on the skills, identify the skills, and try to hone these skills. So this is where the key of success lies. So wonderful, ma'am. And since you have seen all the stages of from being a teacher to principal, may I ask you, what do you think are the major responsibility of a school principal?
See, there's not a one thing. You can say that she has to look at the roof and the bottom floor, washroom to the office area. So everything you will find, the principal is the face of the school. You cannot shoulder off your responsibilities. If you want to be a disciplinarian, you will have to do it. Should be begun from your side. If I want my teachers or my students or have to report on a particular time, I must be, as a principal, I must be in the school before that time. Then I will be able to set, yes, I can look after my teachers. Then another thing is a principal, a leader. Principal is not the symbol of status. That's what I believe. you have been that given that work. Of course, you have been given that work by the management, but you have been fortunate, you have been destined to be a principal. So somewhere connection is with God, divine, thing is there, intervention is there. That is why you are the principal, not others. Others are not the principal. Why you are the principal? Why God has given that position to you, to look after everybody who are under your guidance, control. So as a leader, I always think that principalship is not my status symbol. I cannot sit on my chair and give orders. I will have to work along with me. These are some of my strategies that I follow. Plus, I am not a perfectionist. Of course, perfectionists are required, but my weakness it can be. I'm not a perfectionist. Thereby, I am little flexible with my teachers. That gives my teachers, my teachers. I'm little flexible with them. Thereby, they are always approach. They can come to me anytime, and if they come, I'm not that I go with a measuring scale that you have to do this. I understand the situation, why the teacher has done that, or why the person has done it, be it an admin person or a teacher or a housekeeping person, why they have done it. That I just check, and then if there is something justice I must do, definitely I do it. So my eyes and ears are everywhere. So that is the success of that should be the success of any principle, and that should be the ideology of any principle. So this is the way I work.
Wonderful. So, so today we understood that a principal is everywhere, physically, mentally, and he's, or, he or she is just taking care of all the things that are happening in the school. And ma'am rightly said, be a part of the team. You cannot just say that I am at the leading position, so I can just command you. You have to work along with the team, in the team, and with the team so that you can get the right results, and team is also motivated. So it was really wonderful to hear your wise words, ma'am. I really feel privileged, and so is my entire team. Thank you so much for your time with us, and I'm sure my viewers would be left with a lot of thought. Thank you so much.
Thank you.